I just finished listening to Girls Will Be Girls by Emer Toole, and I'm kind of disappointed how obsessed she still is with her looks and appearances by the end of the novel. But we should start at the beginning, because I did like the book and I thought it was very, very interesting, thought-provoking and eye-opening for me. Because Emer Toole has had a complete different experience in life than I had. Girls Will Be Girls is a story all about feminism, gender roles, and her experience with being a girl and how the world looks at her and how she feels trapped in it and how she doesn't have the same choices and things. And I generally have problems understanding all the troubles that come with feminism, and this book helped me understand why I don't understand a lot of it, because I did not experience what she experienced basically ever. She started the book by telling us how she grew up, and it's completely different to how I grew up, at least at how I perceived it. For her, everything was about looking beautiful. She had to be cute, she had to wear nice dresses, and it was all about, oh, such a cute kid. And even now that she's older, she's told us the stories of how she struggles with giving presents to her little nieces and how she feels like she gives different presents to nephews and the struggles there. And for me, that was very interesting, but I could not really say that I experienced it. I have two brothers, I'm the middle kid, and I don't really remember being treated that differently. I don't remember that it ever was about being beautiful. Maybe because I wasn't cute and beautiful. I really did not fit the stereotype there. I was running around and playing with the boys all the time, and I really didn't like dolls. I had some, but I really could not play with them. I didn't know what to do with them. And my mom grew up on a farm, and we didn't grow up on the farm, but we spent a lot of our childhood at my grandma's place, and so farming was part of my childhood. And it's really hard to look cute when you're trying to herd cows. But that's why I really like to hear her story. In the book she tells us how she experienced life and how she discovered that things are not normal, that she learned to look at that there are gender stereotypes that she doesn't really like and she doesn't understand and she doesn't want to follow anymore. So she starts playing with the roles. It starts like sort of with a Halloween where she dresses up as a boy and people mistaking her for a boy, and she feels like, hey, I have different rights here. Life is different as a boy. And that sort of starts her experimenting. And I thought it was very interesting, all the things she experienced and how she looked at things and how she went around. But I also found at the end it very disappointing that for her, gender and clothes and how you look and how you behave all turned out to be a costume. And I can't really agree with that. I'm not saying that we're not wearing costumes and things like that, but I don't feel that she knows who she is at the end of the book, that she knows who she wants to be, that she still feels putting on costumes to be a person and being someone. We all do that, but why does it have to be with clothes and looks, and how uncomfortable she sometimes feels in herself? And unless I got it wrong, I think she wants to strive for a genderless society where everyone's the same and everyone has the same rights, which is good. I'm not totally not against that. But that's also a problem I have with all of this. For me, everyone is the same. That's how I grew up. We're all the same. We all have the same rights. We can do the same things. Just to be clear here, I don't mean that we are all equals on all parts everywhere. We should be, that's what I think, but I would be stupid to ignore how inequality still affects our work life and rights in general. I'm basically concentrating on how we can dress, how we can walk around, what we have to do, what society wants us to look like. I don't feel that there are any differences, that you can do whatever you want. Like when she talks about her experimenting and putting on different clothes and experimenting how people treat her, it kind of was weird because I kept wearing all these things that she put on as experiments. So I kind of felt awkward because that was my life and not an experiment. This is also a point why I thought this book was really interesting and good for me to read, because it taught me a lot about different perspectives. It's very hard to see how other people feel and think unless you experience the same things, and especially like in our cases, the world that I lived in and grew up in and I still live in is completely different apparently to the one that Emer sees and experiences. And I don't know if it's because she's 10 years younger, grew up in Ireland, or just lives somewhere completely different in a different field of work. I really don't know. But I really think this book is important because it shows you how people feel and how people think that think completely different to you. And helps me understand people better when they are frustrated with a lot of things that I think like, what's the big deal? Let's just be friends and respect each other. I hope I did not offend anyone. I didn't want to. If I did, sometimes do that involuntarily. And let's just talk about this. Tell me if you have read the book, what you took out of it. Try to be nice to each other in the comments, and let's talk about growing up a girl, I guess, and being who you want to be. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.